I don't understand. I get a new game and all of a sudden it's getting a lot of views. This is not something I'm used to. Anyway, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Fleetfieth, your friendly neighbourhood frost wolf, and we are returning to Floodlands. A happy little, very, very merciless game that we got to start in a couple of days ago. It's good to see that people have been enjoying it. Seems like we've got a few avid watchers, which is, I'm enjoying actually having people checking out the content. It is good. So last time when we first set off, we got through the prologue, up to the point where we build a radio tower, which is this building over here. And we did some scouting, sent out a little transmission. And found these dudes over here in what appears to be a flooded factory. So we're going to kick today off by going and attempting to get them into our group, into our colony. We'll take a couple of people off the logging hut and I suppose one off the study because they're not necessarily extremely important buildings for the moment. And we're going to come into our radio tower, prepare an expedition, and start. We're going to give them food for a couple of days, because on the side of gaining these people, there's going to be resources that they can scavenge around, and of course that is going to take time. I'm going to set them off and send them over, placing down that expedition camp, the Pathfinder camp. And success, radio tower, outcome, 11 research, very nice. The first expedition, reach a group of scouts located in a former factory, bring the newcomers back to the settlement. Well, that is going to be what we kick everything off with. So you can see our little dudes running over or walking over to the radio tower. We're going to go get geared up and head on over. Now we do have a rather large amount of research here ready to be used up. What can we spend some on? We are going to need the shellfish post for the extra food. We will need the hacksaw and we will need the medical tent. Those are going to be three variously important things. We're also going to get to the next material technology, which is planks. And that's going to open up several new lines of buildings for us. So as you can see here in the Wellbeing tab, we've got the herbal station, which produces herbs. Oh, hang on. Which turns herbs into medicines. So very important later on down the line. Exploration paths, which increase walking speed, and medium storage. This is going to be probably one of the next techs we're going to pull, but we'll keep looking through for the moment, just in case there's anything else that tickles our fancy. Down here in survival, you've got a bigger kitchen, a bigger water purifier, and an insect hut, which is used to create food. I don't know why anyone would want to eat insects, but I guess this is the apocalypse. And the wood cutting station, which is basically a sawmill, and a larger logging camp. Now, I know we did say I'd probably go for the medium storage. We're going to get the water purifier first, because we're going to need the extra water. Can we still go? Nah, we need more research points, so we'll worry about a larger storage soon enough. But for the moment, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to get a medical tent placed down. We're going to place it over here, away from the rest of our encampment. And we want another one over here, because as time goes on, we are going to have infections, diseases, and other all sorts of nasty things, which are going to hurt us immensely. We're also going to start working on upgrading our water stills to water purifiers, but that does mean we need some various resources, such as metal and rubbish, which we're going to work on getting now. Oh, here's a large stack of metal. We'll get all of that. And that should be good. Let's speed the game back up as we watch our people go over this little flooded area and begin to set up camp. There we go. Okay, so our Pathfinder camp is ready. You can see that we've also built our new medical tents. So these will be ready for if ever people are ill. So the Pathfinder camp's ready. So one thing I always like to do before I start looting the buildings nearby is actually go out and search around the exterior of the whole island. I find it's very, very handy to at least find out what you're working with. So we're going to go out and do that first. Actually, we can probably delete that one. I don't want the wood. Okay, and we're going to focus on doing these two buildings before... Oh, that one can be upgraded into a herbalist house. That's actually really, really handy. So we don't need the soybeans, we don't need the coal just yet, but we are going to search for the rest of the stuff. And we don't need the scrap just yet. What's in this building, actually? Not a hell of a lot. We'll leave the scrap there, but we'll take the iron and all the other stuff. This is good, this is good. Okay, 2 buildings aren't operational. Yes, one there and those 2 there. Because we are at our limits. However, we are going to start upgrading these into water purifiers. That is going to make us a lot more in the way of water, which with more incoming people cannot be a bad thing, because our production limits will start getting tested very shortly. Additionally, we are going to build some more housing. I think I built my huts the wrong way around. But that's okay, we can live with that. I'm not sure which way's in and which way's out, but meh. There we go, a new set of huts. We might also work on building some more down here. Just to spread out our population a wee smidge. Okay, these 2 buildings have been looted from everything we wanted, so we're now going to go in. What's our resource limit? Okay, we can still take a bit. And we're going to search this. We have discovered a new clan, the Fire Brigade, which are the New World Liberty clan, I believe. A very, very freedom-based group. They're the direct opposite to what we are, which is New World Unity. But that's okay, you can make the 2 clans get along reasonably. We will take them in, just for the moment. However, as I skipped past it there, you can see that the people, the Fire Brigade people, were infected by a bit of a flu. So we are going to have to take that on, hence the medical tents that I set up previously. But that's okay, we can work and live with that. What else have we got left here? Now, we'll take in that scrap. And now that the camp's full, as we can see here, we're going to send them back home. They'll break camp and head over the river. Okay, we're doing really poorly on the rubbish side of things. We need to collect more. Okay, so the cough epidemic has begun. We can live with that. We will eventually work our way through it, but sometimes it can be, well, a bit of a bugger. But that's okay. We can definitely make do. Survive the epidemic. Okay, so as you can see, we got these couple of clinics set up here before. They're going to be stocked with medication so that our people can get better. However, we are going to spend just a little moment of time here trying to get all of our places fully staffed, which is never the easiest thing. Music just got really intense. And there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, 7 infected people. We can deal with 7 infected people just for the moment. However, we are going to need more medications before the day is out, I believe. Our people are getting sick at a decent rate. We are now going to turn these into isolation wards and lock the people inside of them to stop them from infecting more community members. Which is unfortunate, but it must happen. Now, tech, well-being, where was it? Exploration. Now we're going to go for the medium storage, because as you can see, we're capping out on water, and we were capping out on safe food. So that'll give us the opportunity to increase our storage limits. Now, looking at the way food is going, we're also going to need the upgraded kitchen. Which is unfortunate, but definitely necessary. Now, do I have a kitchen over here? I do not believe I do I? That is going to have to change. Can you don't? Can we just have... please? We can drop that there. That's okay. That'll do. So, now with the two separate clans, you can see this little red bar down here has started growing on both of them. And what that is the unrest, let's go to our clan, is the unrest of that particular group. As you can see, that's unrest, it says peaceful, 3 out of 100. As you get further and further along this, that respective clan gets angrier and angrier and angrier. They will turn to looting, rioting, violence, and all sorts of bad things, and we want to prevent that in any way, shape, and form. However, opportunity to do this will only come with time. We can take our people off the logging... Oh no, we can't fill that just yet. Alright, we work on that, and we're going to take you over to Academy mode. So that, and what Academy mode is, I think I explained it somewhat in the previous episode. But what Academy mode does is they study these textbooks, and it raises the clan's respective experience to develop specializations. Now, what that means is the clans will, over time, build up this experience level, and it will allow us to unlock options from these 5. And what you do is those get upgraded, the clans become more specialist in that certain regard, whatever they may be, and as you can see, it increases their production in those sorts of buildings. Where did I take that person from? I don't know. Ah, kitchen. Oh no, you can't go in the kitchen. What? Oh, screw the fire brigade. Call the fire brigade. Okay, the fire brigade have reached a new level of experience. So what we're actually lacking in is erudite or erudition, which is a person's knowledge level, intelligence. It's their mental acuity, basically. Erudite is necessary. As you see, we've got the upgraded kitchens, and they've got that little specialist spot. There's specialist spots in quite a few buildings as they get upgraded. Erudition, at least one level in that, is a necessity for the specialist spot in the kitchen. So we are going to upgrade the fire brigade to have that slot. We are now going to switch the study over to only upgrading Burkett 3. Oh no, wait, it wasn't erudition, it was expression, you absolute... What was it that required it? It was the water purifiers that required erudition. That's alright. Our Burkett 3 can work on expression, I believe. Wait, what were you just saying? Oh, I pressed a button. Stop pressing buttons. Alright, we're going to take you off isolation. We've got plenty of medicine now. I don't know where it's coming from, but we have it. Yes, I know people need my help. Okay, there, as we can see, Burkett 3 are ready to develop their specialisation, so we're going to choose expression. And now we can pull some people to work in these places. So we'll put one on there, and one on there, which will increase our safe food production, hopefully to a reasonably balanced level, because we were losing safe food at a rate of knots just before. Perhaps it'll balance out. We'll just have to wait and see. It seems like we're starting to grow in our food stockpiles, which is going to be extremely handy. Pull up that rubbish, pull up that rubbish, and... Yay, we've survived the outbreak. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so a law-abiding society. So basically now we're coming into the point where we are building less of a settlement and more of a nation. So we're going to need some kind of law and order. Issue a basic legislation, create space for recreation and social gatherings, gain influence, which is these points we spoke about in the first episode, by satisfying the need for recreation. And this is all going to be very, very important, because this is how not only are we going to make our people happy, but we're going to keep them in line. Just see if there's any techs that interest us, and I don't believe at the moment there are, so we're going to go for the next tech level. And the next building we probably want is the research facility. But let's wait and see. What do we need for this? Wood cutting station. Okay, so we want to get... where is it? We want to get the wood cutting station, and then we want to get the research facility. They're going to be our next two tech buys. And then we're going to go into law, as you can see. Like I said in the last video, it's got a pretty in-depth, law tree. Obviously, more... There's a lot more to it than as I've compared to several times now Frostpunks. But it's still pretty good. Obviously there's things each of the clans like and dislike, and there's ones they don't particularly care about. But we're going to go ahead and establish community law. This is basically our constitution, as it were. And over time we will be able to build out from there. But what that does is it unlocks a couple of buildings, the canteen and the bonfire. These will allow our people to socialise and satisfy needs, and in general be hopefully decently happy. Now, we are beginning to, or well, rather beginning, we have run out of old world relics. Without them, we can't get the lumber mill, which means we can't get hewn timber planks, if you would, which means we can't build either of these. So we're going to have to send out a transmission from our radio tower. Press Old World Relics. It drives our transmission cost up to 2 batteries, but we can work with that. We're going to start the transmission, and bang. Here we are, Old World Relics galore. So we've pulled a couple of people off the small storage. We'll fire up an expedition, send them out for, well, with 5 days worth of rations, and hopefully they should be able to find something useful. Now we're going to put the camp a fair way away, as far as we can sort of see, so that we might be able to extend our influence a little bit further than we might have been able to before. Now, we're going to improve the Fire Brigade to have discipline. This allows their sort of baseline stuff to be a bit better. We're going to switch the Academy back to standard mode. Come on, crew, let's get a move on. We've got stuff to do, we've got stuff to research, and we don't have a lot of time before people start getting very angry. Okay, we're heading across. Let's slow the game back down just a smidge, so we can get an idea of what is going on. Now, we've got a fair few buildings over here we can research. We're going to get rid of wood and rubbish, and water, because we appear to be full in the stockpiles for, well, we appear to be fairly well off for everything. So we'll remove these and just take the absolute necessities. We're going to strip these buildings and then we'll search through everything else. We'll take the metal and the scrap, take the plates, we'll leave the safe food for now, and can you not do that, please? Actually, we'll leave the scrap. And that should be all... Oh, bollocks. There. No, just... Ow. Please, you're hurting my brain. Okay, whatever. Take everything. We'll do it the old-fashioned way, then. Was I just being an idiot, or... I don't know. I really don't. Welcome. It's an old woman. Welcome. I suppose it's my house now since I'm the only one left. More people used to live here, but then they said they can't stay here forever and they can't drag a sick hag to her deathbed. So, should we bring her with us or should we leave her here? If we bring her with us, it pleases the fire brigade, and it is more or less the morally right thing to do, but the only problem is she might, as Phil Johnson here from Burkut 3 is saying, she might bring disease into our encampment. However, if we leave her behind, well, I don't know. I'd probably... But I'm not getting, any better. You don't look like nomads. So I'm guessing if we leave her behind, we're basically going to have to wait for her to cark it. Or to die, rather. And we won't be able to get into the house, and that's not a very ethical thing. Honestly, I think we'll bring her with us. They're just going to have to be upset for a little bit, but it won't be forever. So that's okay. We are going to leave a few things behind, please, and thank you. Get rid of those, get rid of that. Can you please don't? It's another article, not really interesting to what we're doing, it's just a bit of history. You're welcome to stop and have a look if you would like. And we'll go out and start searching to see what other little... What? Rough housing. Punish someone from the fire brigade. Screw the fire brigade. Alrighty. There we go. We've uncovered a few more houses. We're going to have to enact policing sometime soon. Okay, you've got very little. You've got very little. None of this is rather pertinent to us at the moment. We only really want the baseline stuff. Get rid of those. You need diving equipment to get into, which is a real shame. Okay, how are we doing for stockpiled resources? We will go back, we will collect the water and food there, and we'll collect the stuff from in there. Now we can head back home, and that is all sorted out. We'll be able to get some research done. Our crime levels are actually rather high at the moment. We've had an epidemic fire up because of the old woman. Still, I'm glad to have been. Now, if you could leave me alone, I'd close my eyes and sleep. Perform an old-fashioned burial. Well, we're just going to have to live with it for the moment, guys. Well, what do you... Just... Can we... Can we please just work on things? Alright, we need to do a couple of things. We need to get... Oh, shit. Okay. We're in a really tough spot at the moment, I fear. But we're just going to have to work around it, because we've got a surge in crime. And our people are rather unhappy, so let's just hammer on. We'll do the best that we can. And hopefully we can get somewhere. Now, what's new in here? A couple of things. Stilt platform. That is all well and good, but we really need that wood cutting station. So if we can get onto the next tech level, that would be great. A new law can be passed. Establish a law. Alright. Good, good. Okay, so that's made our people a little bit happier from our leader's speech. Prevent the strike. Very good. There we go. 20 influence. There we go. More tech. Look at us go. Good job. Look for the big chimney to locate the power plant. Now, I believe I spoke in some sort of depth. Here we... Oh, hang on. Dreams of Rebirth. Gather intel about the power plant and enter the facility. So I believe I spoke to some degree about the end, or... I'm not sure if it's the end goal, but it is certainly the major goal of this campaign, is to find the Rebirth power plant and build a working, living, thriving civilization around it. So we begin that goal. Now, the whole thing of this is look for a big chimney to locate the power plant. Now, if you've got eyes and are a reasonable human, you can look around the map and go, hey, look, a big chimney and a ruined power station. That's where it is. But we can't do that because it is part of the video game that you must use your radio tower and your technology to build yourself there. So that is exactly what we're going to do. However, we've got a rather long path to get there. We're going to focus on a couple of things. First of all, we're going to get the wood cutting station. And second of all, we're going to get the Pathfinder speed boost. What this does is this one, obviously the wood cutting station, gives us planks. But this one opens up the pier and the district maker. These allow us to send people between islands and allow us to build new districts. Or like this big place here is a district. As we can see from the district overview, this is Duck Site. So it means if we want to, we can put a new settlement over here and it will become an entirely new autonomous district. So we're going to keep hammering on. Why is this still flashing? Yes, I know there's resources still there. We will get there when we get there. Okay, a wood cutting station. We're going to jam you over here out the way. And we're going to start destroying ruins. This can be turned into more housing, so we'll go ahead with that. And we're basically just going to start cleaning up around our place. Take down the water tower. We no longer have a need for that. We are actually getting a rather decent... I didn't even notice that there. Bloody hell. Shows how much I'm paying attention. Yes, we're going to start breaching and clearing and looking about. Now, we've got a couple of... that's a very long autosave. We've got a couple of lockpicks which we could use to clear these houses, but we're not going to use them just yet because they may be important later on. At the moment, we can't produce any, so I'd rather keep them in our back pocket ready. Couple of new things we can build. Ah, here we go. The District Maker and the Pier. While they're not insanely important just yet, they will be very important very soon. And we don't need the lumber mill, but we do need the research facility. So we'll be able to upgrade that and get this show on the road. We can now bring in a new law as well. So as you can see, there is a swath of laws we can introduce. Now, some of these laws pertain to work and life balance. Some of them pertain to health, some health and food and water. Some of them, as you can see up here, are specialisation, and some of them are like traditions and customs. And there's many, many different ways you can play this. You can go through an authoritarian lens, a very libertarian lens, whether you want to be a socialist or a nationalist, depending on whatever you want to do. And even then, you can blend all of them together and make your own political sort of view. However, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with an iron fist and then tail it off later in the end. So we're going to establish the police, which the Fire Brigade will hate, but Burkett 3 will love. And we are going to persuade our people that being happy is better than being unhappy. You know, that the beatings will continue until morale improves. And this is the best way forward, and we will do it as such until people get happier. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have one dude with a very long stick beating people. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. We're going to scratch that. We're not going to do that. We're going to have one very, very happy person in a police uniform convince other people very loudly that they should also be happy. No, we've got more important problems than baking bread. So please, can we not do this? Now, the Fire Brigade are rather unhappy, and they're just going to have to live with being unhappy for a while. What do I need? We need the lumber, floating pathfinder. Okay, so we've come to a very, very interesting part of our tree now and our time. Because most of what we're doing now, our food is balanced, our water is balanced, our production is balanced. We need to focus on exploring, and almost entirely on exploring. That is the important part. However, it is where we put our research monies. Probably climbing equipment. And we do really need search and explore boats. So we are going to go and get the upgraded lumber mill. And we don't have enough for search and explore boats just yet. So we will actually upgrade to the next lumber mill. We're going to start again claiming the resources scattered about our island. And very shortly we will also have to upgrade our storages, as they are going to, well, as you can see, they have begun running out of space. Come on, bring it in. So we'll upgrade this storage first. I don't know why, it's just the one I had selected. And we can bring in a new law. Now, I believe both of these clans support flag and custom, which at the moment I'd like to try and hold on to unity and balance as much as I can. So we're going to go with that. And we can't introduce another law just yet. Oh, look at how many tech points we've got. Beautiful. Okay, search and explore boats. Done. What do we need for the floating Pathfinder camp? We need a sawmill. That's okay, we can come to that. Let's take the sledgehammer and let's take scaffolding production. Do you even words? What else could we use at the moment? Not really. We'll take the stilt platform, because that will allow us to connect to islands much better. We might also take... Ooh, we will take the herbal station. So what you're going to very shortly start noticing is that we are running out of manpower. Now, while that is unfortunate, it is not necessarily a bad place to be in, because it means as long as your food and water are running okay and you're maintaining a reasonable level of order, please go away. While these things are happening, you're reasonably well balanced. Your people are... Oh god, here we go. Monster fish spotted. Spotted some monster fish, and they're as big as a grown man. They want to attack the fisheries. That's okay. We've got 2 days until we have to worry about that. In the meantime, we're going to gather some people. And we're going to send them off into the wasteland, but not before we find some more metal. Wherever it may be hiding. Right there. And there. And some more there. What's wrong with you? Okay, that's fine. So as you can see, before, I didn't really explain the search and explore boats. As our people could only go into places that were on the land. Next to the land. Right next to the land. But now, they can actually go out and explore way out into the fog with the help of their boats. Which gives us just a little bit more room, a little bit more living room, if you would. A few more access to some more resources. Here we go, you can see them heading on out. And we've found a couple of things. We're just going to keep looking, keep attempting to uncover as much as possible. Come on, go out, search it all up, let's go. Send up your flares. And just this last little bit here. We can do that. Okay, let's just pause that for half a second. Let's bring down our working fisheries population. We have a rather large amount of food in stockpile, so I don't believe we're going to have to worry about that for the moment. And we are going to prepare a new expedition. Actually, we should... Ooh, what are we going to do? We can do something in here. Could go protect the family. Or we could go... Well, actually, we've got a lot here we can do. Balanced work schedule. Water saving, maybe. Wait, wasn't there a law they wanted me to pass? Pass the proposed law. Turn to science. Okay. Yes, well, unfortunately, we need just a little bit more influence. We can do it tomorrow. Anyway, we need to prepare this new expedition. And we will send them over here to get everything else that was left behind. Not that we really need it, but we might as well take it in. Ooh! We found some new stuff. What have we found over here? Couple of new buildings. Bits and pieces. These guys are currently idling and awaiting further instructions. Okay, well, we're going to go through, clear out as much of these buildings as possible. We can probably throw out the lumber. Let's throw away all of that wood, because we don't really need it. That's them all searched. Actually, that's pretty good, I think. So we'll send them back home with the goodies we have found. Expedition has returned safely. Good, that's what we want. We will now go in and pass the return to science law, which just gives us a little bit of research, bit of a research boost. How long are we going to have to deal with these monster fish for? For a while, it seems. But that is okay. Oh, dear Lord. Survey. No, we want exploration. What are we doing here? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, we need to continue searching for old world relics. How many batteries have we got? 6. Oh, really? Really? Our resources got wasted on that? Oh, dear Lord. That's okay. At least we can see this little bit of land I didn't see before, so we'll be able to relocate the clan. Or the camp, rather. It's alright. We need them. Oh, you've told me about it and we can't even get to it. That's just fucking fantabulous, isn't it? That's alright. We'll go and search this little bit and we'll skim the camp over there. Buy that flare. And relocate camp to there. And now we've got a whole new area in which we may search. So we're going to go right out to the bounds of it. And search all of this. Travel to the ends of the world. And this is only going to open up more and more and more stuff. Now we get to sort of steamroll. Can we send out a second Pathfinder camp? We cannot. That is a bugger. Oh, there's more people here. Willing to wager it's another clan. Which, with fraying temperaments, that might not be helpful, but we can live and work with it. Food and water are still steady. So that is okay. Alright, let's start working on some things. We've got concrete and old world relics. We will take them. Now, we can't get into that without interacting with the people, so we'll just hold off with that for the moment. We will take power plant cells. Okay. Sure. We don't need the iron. But we will definitely take the power plant cells, which for some reason are there. Ah, good. The fish are buggered off. So we will staff up one of our fishing camps. Yes, I'm very well aware there's no place for storage of resources. No, no, and no. Let's focus on just the main things, yes, please. Now, we are actually starting to carve a... Wait, no, back. Cancel order. Oh, bugger, I've done it. Too late. I'm going to have to send them out again. But that's alright. Means they can come back and restock their food. Itchy rash epidemic has started. That's okay. We've got plenty of medicines, so we can work around that. Because it is a rash, we're going to turn these into isolation wards. Keep our people tucked away and hidden as best we can, because our people are going to start getting rather pissed off that they're feeling rather itchy. But now, coming up to quite a fair bit into our... Oh, hang on. We'll pass one more law. What's the one more law we can pass? Militarisation and safety procedures. I don't think we're going to pass either of them. We're going to pass... I think we'll pass the balanced work schedule. It seems that both clans are relatively happy with that. So we're going to make that happen. However, we have run out of time for this episode. Obviously, we got a fair bit more exploring done. We moved a fair bit faster in this episode, so hopefully everyone was able to keep up. There's just so much going on in this game all the time that you sort of got to run when sometimes you'd really like to be walking. But that's okay. Everyone will move at their own pace and get their head around it as they go. But anyway, we've got to finish up for today. And yeah, I think we made some rather good progress. So if you like the video, please leave a like, leave a comment down below if you've played it and you've got any hints, or if there's something you'd like to know, see be done. Hopefully I can answer some questions and hopefully learn a little bit more myself. So until next time, cheers for watching, and we'll see you around. See you guys.